Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is October 26th, 2:25 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. It is Monday. No, I'm sorry, it is Tuesday. So the weekend is good and over, and we're starting the weekends, and things are looking really good. All are beginning to really make a move, especially Ethereum and Photoshop. This is a big deal. We cover a little bit of news here. Photoshop will get a prepare as NFT option soon. This is a big deal because I think artist to artist. So if you're into digital art, you know that in Photoshop things are created in layers. Well, ultimately, one image, one piece of art could be a tremendous amount of layers. And so to say, okay, this is my layer of a transparent acorn or something like that, and we'll take that layer as a transparency and then export it as an NFT and then sell it to another artist who then incorporates it into something else. This is a great way for I would just call them elements, a way for artists to share pieces, layers with one another and make a bit of money. So even if some of these would be public, but also just one artist saying to another one, "Hey, man, that transparent acorn you've got, could I get that? Oh yeah, sure, I'll do it as an NFT for $5. You got it, boom." So I do think this is it doesn't look like a big deal, but I think that this being integrated into Photoshop is going to be, it is a really, really big deal. So keep an eye on this. Big stuff. All right, looking at the crypto market today, Bitcoin's being a little bit of a laggard. It's a little bit weak today. Overall volume is not really high, but we're looking pretty good. So a lot of stuff in the green and red. We've had some Bitcoin volatility, has made the market a little tipsy-turvy. Some things in the green, some things in the red, a little bit more red than green, but we have some alts definitely taking off. Looking at volume last 24 hours on Bitcoin, 27 billion, up 1% last 24 hours. Not so great. We want to have at least 30 billion for a good day, but we're getting close, only 1% up. Let me refresh this. Oh, no, it's 27 billion, 1.96% up. So anyway, volume, want to see 30K, basically 30 billion to really have a good day. Oh, hope you guys were able to hear me there. And my microphone over there, but you guys probably were. Well, if not, you're hearing me now. So here's the deal. Want to have at least 30 billion for a day that really moves, and 50 billion is better, etc. But so we're right there below the threshold of a pretty powerful market. Let's see how it goes. Some alts are definitely moving up. So I think that this is probably lagging a little bit. Wouldn't surprise me if we're above 30 billion or so today, or at least we close the market, even though it's 24/7. I bet you before this evening starts, we might be above 30 billion for spot trading on Binance. Looking at derivatives, basically longs and shorts. Like I can see at least 70 billion for a good day. We're at 59 billion, up 1.79%. So we are picking up volume this week. But still, I'm not seeing the volume that I really like to see for big moves. But we're seeing some alts definitely make some big moves. We're going to look at that real quick. I mean, very, very quickly. For Bitcoin on Binance, long 71%, shorts 28%. Boom. Definitely a long sentiment on Bitcoin. A lot of confidence there. And I will say the longers and shorters on Binance are definitely grumpy pants. So they don't have like this optimistic see it and be it, worldview. And so I would say that I tend to like, especially when I see a strong bias on Binance for longs versus shorts, I would definitely say that Binance, the traders there have a long bias, and so do I for Bitcoin. Looking at Ethereum, 71% long, 28% shorts, definitely powerful long sentiment for Ethereum and Bitcoin on Binance, which is where all that sweet volume is in the market. Real quick, looking at the SPX, basically S&P 500 today. Indecisive little red doji, but it does continue up this rather powerful trend it's had recently. S&P 500 looking good today. Indecisive, but still, it's higher than it was yesterday, or maybe right about the same. Anyway, higher than it was yesterday. So anyway, but looking at the bottom chart here, dollar cost average, no, DXY, dollar strength index. Boom, been on a downward trend recently, but check it out. We are, boom, kind of breaking out of that. That's not a bad scene. So dollar strength index looking good. S&P, I think it's another all-time high today. So definitely traditional market, and the dollar strength is looking good this week so far. Looking at Bitcoin on the daily chart, yesterday was a phenomenal bounce up the 236 Fib line as I've drawn it. And it was a beautiful green candle today, a bit of a red candle. We're not quite so sparky today. And what gets my attention here is, in general, this chart is good and powerful and nice, wonderful, but we do have a negative MACD cross recently. We need to get this. We need to get this MACD trending towards the signal. So basically, we need to get the MACD, the blue line, the tangent of that facing upwards, tilting upwards, looking like it's going to do a, even though it's not, like even before you get to that positive MACD cross, once you get a strong tangent and that histogram starts closing, they start, that MACD starts closing on the signal towards a positive cross, we're going to see a lot of power in the market. And so it looks like when we see the longs versus shorts ratio there on Binance, that is what a lot of, in my opinion, traders of all different skill levels definitely think is going to happen, from the people who make like, $100,000 100x trades to the dudes who put in $5. It looks like this is, it's kind of scary looking. I don't like it. In general, I am hedged out just a little small percent of my BTC and Ethereum hodls. I do swing in and out when we see very powerful moves like this. And maybe I'm going to lose a few stats on that one. But this is a pretty powerful negative MACD cross and on the daily. So, like I say, looks like market confidence definitely, at least on Binance, where the volume is like definitely a long sentiment. Still, we have low volume, and we have also where to go. You know what? Something very, very important we need to look at here is this. Indicators using videos. To do Fiat League, whale buy sell, crypto. Oh, I think I'm looking at I think I somehow got an old version of this site there. Anyway, look at this, 3.6 billion. That's just crap. So anyway, we just don't have a lot of spot trading on Binance. We don't have a lot of derivatives. Don't the futures on Binance, not futures, longs versus shorts. And then of course, 3.6 billion. We are just really, really low volume. Only hardly above $500 million on Coinbase. So beware. When I see volume this small, this week, even though he had this very strong long sentiment on Binance, traditional market looking good, but this powerful negative MACD cross, I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I mean, I think I'm going to be watching. I hedged out just a little bit because it's just, science, whatever, logic. I have PTSD like everybody else from big market dumps. I'm watching. Will we come and visit and wick down to this 236 fib level again at 60,634? Very, very well could be. This makes me nervous. I'm really watching for that tangent to, cross positive. Like I say, sentiment on Binance does look like it, and that's where the volume is. Looking at the 45-minute chart here for immediate price action, it is technically shit. So basically, here we go. 200 moving average right here. We did break above it. We were looking good for a while. Kind of bounced off it, but we've given up. We are below it. We are below the 200 moving average and the 314 moving average on the 45-minute chart. And all the super guppy ribbons, as they call it. Look for the Madrid ribbons or super guppy indicator. It's over on bitcoindailyview.com. This is a big deal. We've crossed red again. So all these beautiful EMAs that show positive have now all flipped, and boom, we are now in the red. So we're losing directional index strength. ADX is way below where it needs to be. Squeeze indicators gaining velocity downwards. KRI is below where it needs to be. Stochastic RSI is trending down. Wave to oscillator by lazy bear. Very grumpy indicator is like, nope, not going to happen right now. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart, what are we seeing here? And of course, the 4-hour chart, looking at this longer time frame here, we had that beautiful way back here on the 30th of September. We had this beautiful cross above the 200 moving average in the 4-hour chart. We've been cruising up ever since. We're still green the Madrid ribbons there. So if you are and also we did cool off quite a lot, as you can see by the directional index here. We definitely cooled off a good deal. Squeeze indicator shows that also, along with the other indicators. So in general, if you're a 4-hour trader, you're probably good to go. Probably not too worried about it. Let's watch this. Let's just watch this. Ethereum. I'm sorry, not Ethereum. Bitcoin. Really, what I'm watching for is, like I say, this the tangent of the MACD on the daily that needs to get positive. It's just gaining too much negative velocity for me personally on that daily chart. And the 4 hours okay, but I mean ultimately, if we look at what's happening, I mean if I don't, I'm not going to be, if I'm just going to look at this, look, we have this downtrend, got to break out of that on the 4 hour, and right now the indicators are showing a cool off. So maybe we will just do like this. Very, very possible. Just like right in here, consolidate, find a range for a while and go sideways. But I'm watching for a break above this. Anyway, like I say, I wouldn't care about this so much if we didn't have a negative tangent on the daily MACD. So beware, this could be dumpy. We have very little volume, and that's when we tend to, dump. Ethereum, though, today made a big move. It's been really hanging out here with previous support and resistance. It finally broke above that. It bounced off the top of the RSI cave with a wick. Now it continues up. These indicators are strong. It could very well just be getting started. Stochastic RSI here on the 45-minute chart is kind of overextended. Let's look at the hourly. It's starting to get in that overextended zone. Maybe we'll see a retrace. It didn't quite meet the top of the RSI cave there on the hourly charts. Definitely, we may have room to move up. But right now, if I was going to hop into some ETH USDT, I'd probably be waiting for a bit of a retrace before I did it. Looking at a 4-hour chart, beautiful, beautiful. It's looking wonderful. Yeah, 4-hour chart's looking pretty powerful. Might be, it's taking on, it's moving. Sorry, not much I can say about it. We are at 42,073 and 66 cents. I like it. Let's just see what it does. Looking at Ethereum versus BTC, this is something I'm really kind of excited about. Looking at this on a 45-minute chart, let's look at this on a 4-hour chart. And as you can see, we had this long time trending, downtrend here, where Ethereum versus BTC, which is not the best trade. We broke above it, came back, bounced off that downwards trend line, and then also bounced off the 200 moving average. Now we're moving up. We just broke to the top of the RSI cave. We're also above the 314 moving average, along with the 200. It's all about how far is this pump going to go. Is it going to keep going? Looking at the squeeze indicator, it's only getting started. Directional index here on the 4-hour chart is showing we're pumping, we're good. The tangent of the ADX is up. It's in a good spot. Stochastic RSI shows like we have still room to go, even the weight oscillator by Lazy Bear, which is kind of a bitchy indicator, to be honest with you. It is, because it's just too truthful. It's showing room to go. So I still am going to hold off. I love this trade. I want to get in on this, but I'm going to wait until this guy kind of comes down. Because one thing is, looking here at the 45-minute chart, we've gotten kind of far away from this red moving average. This is the 8 moving average. You're never going to get too far below it, too far or above it, too far below or above it before you snap back. We've kind of overextended past it. We're outside the top of the RSI cave from the 45-minute chart. So I think we're definitely going to see a bit of a pullback, and then we're going to see it continue up. Maybe not even much of a pullback, but I'm definitely loving this ETH BTC trade. I think it's exciting me more than the one versus USDT. Let's see what happens. All ETH has to do is outgain Bitcoin every day and by 1% or 2% or many percent. And what a sweet way to make more Bitcoin sats. Doge versus USDT. Finally, it's maybe let's see what happens. Right around here, what is this? This is around like 24, 25 cents is where it's really had a hard time. That's been support before. It's been resistance. It's been resistance. And so if we look at Doge versus USDT here, sorry, if my GPU doesn't blow up on me. If we look, we've kind of broken above. We're trying to break above that. It's just really hanging out with this 20. Right now it's at 26 cents. It just needs to get past some. Actually, this resistance was more around 25 cents than 26. So we're kind of getting somewhere with it. But let's see what happens. It's above the 200 moving average. It made a strong break above it recently, back on the 24th of October. And let's just kind of see how this rolls. Sorry to be a little bit low energy. I mean, the market's looking good. Doge, not really exciting right now. It needs just to, break out of this previous support and resistance. It's moving up. Overall, it's good. The indicators look like the directional nexus green. ADX is looking good. It's cooling off, so the KRI is not so hot. Stochastic RSI shows like it's in a great buy zone. Weight oscillator by Lazy Bear shows it's not too hot. Anyway, it's kind of like if you've been dollar cost averaging this thing or whatever, it's, geez, you can almost, anyway, sorry guys, I'm a little bit dumbfounded today, but It looks good. It looks good. It's just not exciting. Not much to say about Doge. I mean, I don't see anything to get too excited about. SHIB versus USDT on the 45-minute chart. I just wanted to mention, like, F the SHIB haters. I get it. It's kind of funny. Like, just today, I saw a bunch of like SHIB haters out there. It does have a DEX. It does have quite the interesting ecosystem. Check it out. Google SHIB. A lot of people saying that it's a dumb project. No, Doge is a dumb project. Doge doesn't do anything. And the way I look at it is, if Doge right now is at a 0.2, you basically 26 cents today. I'm telling you, in my opinion, not financial advice and entertainment purposes only, but SHIB is where that velocity has gone. I think that SHIB will match Doge by the end of the year. That's just my opinion, because it does everything Doge will never do and more. Doge was created by a bunch of like mouth breathing, flip flop wearing friggin' techie dudes, forget it. Even the guy who like designed one of the head guys was like, I am scared of it now. He could be a billionaire, but no, he had to go get a friggin' hot pocket, idiot. So anyway, but SHIB versus USDT was made by a bunch of sharp developers. Check it out. Check its site out. Look at what it's doing. It's not a joke coin. I know people are talking about, well, if it to ever be $1, blah, 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 it's got to be the market cap. Look, man, I mean, how much, whatever. To me, it's all about gains. Right now, it's been making gains. It's very extended. It's made many, many X. I think it will continue to. I mean, if you look right here, we've got these beautiful, looking at since we started pumping recently, you've got these, this is the VPVR visible range volume. So we have these beautiful ranges here where it kind of consolidate it, and you see the volume spike, here. We're also building a volume spike where it is right now. We even kind of started building a volume spike up here. It's at the top of its RSI cave here. And it's just doing a little bit of retracing. It's just weird. There's something in the air about people hating on it. And I think what it might be is that you didn't get in back when you could only get it on Uniswap. So let's do something else with it right here. Let's do a Fib Retracement. I'm going to go way back here, kind of when it first, actually do this. And then they give a Fib Retracement. And I probably sound snarky, but I'm like, look, I trade, short and long time frames. I have a hodl. I got diamond hands. I also have, like, you consider like kind of like my daily swings. I've got like my 45 to 4 hour kind of candle trades that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of different stuff. It's all very, very deliberate. The different trading methodologies, different time frames that I'm trading in, and they're all very, very separate. So like I say, I've got my long-term hodls. I've got my a bit of a long-term hodls that I do swing in and out like Bitcoin on very powerful daily MACD moves. I'll a little bit in and out. I'm always trading in general. I have a certain bit of my stash, which I'm always trading to make more. I'm trading in USDC, USDT, and Bitcoin. Those are what I trade as far as to make pairs with. And so, I'm here to make money. And the way I look at it is, if you got in the SHIB, you've made money. And for some reason, all this like SHIB hate I saw it this morning on Twitter and in different places, some of the trading groups that I belong to. It's dumping right now. And it might go back to the 236 and do a bounce. It very, very well may. It could go back to the 382. It's volatile. I mean, you can look here. I mean, people very easily, here could have been like, see, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. See, it's like, it's not going to go anywhere. Oh, I need a hot pocket. I need a hot pocket. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, I need a hot pocket. Oh, it's not going to make it. Oh, see, I told you. Oh no, it's a joke coin. I told you. Yeah. It's a fake. It's not a real project. Oh, look, now I'm right again. Look, stop being morons. So anyway, I'm just saying, it's a pretty badass ecosystem. If you really think it has no ecosystem, if you think it has, if it's a totally joke project, then you haven't done your research. It's not. Go use the DEX. It exists. The volume that exists right now is not simply, traders or people new in the markets have no idea what they're doing. That's just silly. So F the SHIB haters. I'm not concerned one damn bit. I got a nice position in SHIB. I've made a shit ton of money, and I hope it pisses you off. All right. So anyway, and even if it really dumped, my stop would kick it out and sell it long before I still had not made a shit ton of money. So remember, it's about making money.
people. So with that said, Algo versus USDT is doing quite well. It made a good push today. And these indicators look really, really nice. This is kind of something I like to see. The directional index is beginning to go green. Well, it has been green. It's ticking up a little bit. This ADX is beginning to, that little tangent's going to perk up pretty darn soon. Squeeze indicator starting to fire off towards the positive. KRI is in the green. It'll turn up. Stochastic RSI shows maybe we're going to have a little bit of a retrace here. Wave chart oscillator by Lazy Bear shows about the same thing. So in general, 45-minute chart is a very, very short time frame, but Algo versus USDT, I think by looking at the charts, looking at this beautiful 200 moving average cross back here, and it looks like we're just, and you know what, it pumped a bit, but did not reach the top of that RSI cave. Let's look at a 45-minute chart here. How does it look there? Yeah, 45-minute chart. You know, we got a nice... on top of the RSI cave, be careful, but we're green on the directional index. ADX is catching up. Oh, look at that. Still room to move up there in the squeeze indicator. All these indicators are looking pretty good. Maybe we're getting a little bit overextended. It's going to go sideways a bit, but Algo versus USDT, I think it has woken up. It's a badass project. There you go. And sorry if I'm being, snarky or bitchy about SHIB. Just people, quit it. I mean, a lot of people have made a lot of money, and that's why we're here. I don't give a, the only thing I wouldn't buy would be something that was immoral. I do traditional market trading too. I just don't talk about it here. I won't invest in companies even to make money. Even if it was a sure bet, I wouldn't invest. I wouldn't buy stock in a company that made landmines, especially designed to kill children. All right. And people are acting like that's what SHIB is. Well, you better not own any immoral things yourself. So with that said, BitcoinDailyView.com always got more for you there. Anyway, remember, people, that's not that. Remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you make a globalist cry. You know what? And for every SHIB sat you own, you make a self-righteous asshole cry. So take care. Talk to you later.